quantum physics explains the Bible perfectly. And there was a time when I would read the Bible and have so much confusion. There was this being in the sky that said, I love you, I cherish you, there is nothing that loves you as much as I do. And I can punish you, and I can kill you, and I can also destroy you. But I didn't give you a spirit of fear, so if you have fear, it's not me. And yet, in Isaiah 45:5 says, I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me. And then it continues on, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am the Lord, and there is none else. And this is where it gets really interesting. I form the light, and I create the darkness. I make peace, and I create evil. I, the Lord, do all of these things. If you read that verse and that verse alone, and it described this God outside of you that you were supposed to serve, would that not provoke fear? I create peace and evil? I don't understand. If you are a God of love and only love, how can this be so? It's actually very simple, and let me show you with a little bit of science. To begin, let's recognize that everything is energy. Science has proven that although things appear solid, at its smallest form, it is simply energy. Energy has condensed itself into a slower frequency in order to hold shape and form. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, the non-physical energy. Through him, all things were made, and without this energy, nothing was made. In him was the life, and the life was the light and life to all mankind, which is why we are human, light being. This will represent how this reality works. We are the creator experiencing creation through ourselves in several different aspects. In the Bible, in Isaiah 45, in verse 5, where it says, I am the Lord, and there is none else, because in the beginning was the Word, and there was nothing except this that existed. There is no God beside me, and you have not known me. Why? Because you are me. And because you can't see this highest version, the only way to get to know yourself is to experience all of these different frequencies. Because energy resonates at specific frequencies, we have the option of the mind of Christ, and we have the option of hell. And on every single one of these frequencies, there resides a set of thoughts. The thoughts on the lower frequency are that of fear, separation, and anxiety. Those at the highest frequency are that of oneness, peace, love, authenticity. And there are infinite number of frequencies that you can choose from, and a combination of all of them. In verse 7, it says, I form the light and create darkness. The light and the darkness. I make peace, the highest frequency, and I create evil, the lowest frequency. I, the Lord, do all of these things because there is only one source. There is only one thing that exists, and it is this in which we call source, God, creator, universe. This is the only thing that exists, and at its highest frequency, it is non-physical. At its lowest frequency, it remains still energy, but condenses itself into a slower frequency in which it takes shape and form. Because it has all of these different frequencies from the highest all the way down to the darkest, we have access to all of those stations, which means you can access stations where thoughts that would align with that which you call evil exist. Or you can change the station by changing your thoughts to align with what we call the mind of Christ, which is love and authenticity and the knowing that all is one. When you know that every single person is you in a different character, you treat them differently. When you see each person as separate, as if we aren't connected by the whole, then you see the need to strive or fight for something that you think belongs to you. This is how the source can be evil and can be love, can be darkness and can be light. It is a matter of choice because each individual human experiencing this reality is the source condensed into a three-dimensional form in order to experience creation. The free will is to choose between the station of thoughts that you decide to give your attention to, which ultimately means as you are receiving thoughts on these stations, your actions will match the thought. If your actions are aligned, or if your thoughts are aligned with the mind of Christ, then your actions will be to treat every single person as if they are you. And if they are resonating at a lower frequency, you already know that they can't help it. Or a better way to say it is they have chosen it, but most of the time by default because they don't even know they have options. When Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do," Jesus was resonating at the mind of Christ, but he knew that those people were resonating at a lower frequency, which meant they only received thoughts on this frequency. So when he said, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do," he literally meant they don't know, because their thoughts are only aligned with fear and separation, and in that frequency, their actions will align. This three-dimensional physical body that you see in the mirror, it is your greatest gift. You won the human lottery, and you are here experiencing yourself through your own creation. And because of that, you have the option to choose between light and darkness, peace and evil. But it is your choice. And because the all is one, when the Bible says, "I do all of these things," it's because the source is focused in individual consciousnesses that we call human, light being. And because we are making those choices, we are the Lord doing all of these things.